So I've got a very long question here, and I totally get the concept of incarnating in physical form in order to experience contrast and resistance, without which love might not even exist, or at least wouldn't be experienced as something so powerful and blissful, since there's no point of comparison. But still, I've often wondered if souls can sometimes choose to incarnate as evil people in order to provide said contrast to other souls in the physical realm. Now, I understand that apart from our general life plan, we're supposed to have a certain degree of free will, and that the challenge, or maybe goal, for every soul on earth is to try to channel the light and love of our higher self as much as possible, even in the midst of the most difficult of situations. But it seems to me that some people, by virtue of their very biology and family environment, are basically guaranteed to become extremely dark persons. Even for the sake of helping others to grow and learn on earth, I have problems accepting that a soul, whose true nature is perfect love, would choose to incarnate as one of those people, which is basically the equivalent of deliberately choosing to cause pain and suffering. When you think about it, unless the souls who make that kind of incarnation choice are in fact hoping they will eventually be able to overcome all those strong circumstances that are most likely to lead them in a very dark path, and choose light instead, like a really, really tough challenge. What is your opinion on this? Here's my opinion on this. There's a lot in this, actually. But your entire premise is based upon a New Age dogma. Your entire premise is based upon the idea that we choose our life and we have a life plan. That concept did not come into reality until the 1980s, and had its highest peak in actual heyday, and the most of the books written about it was 2003, and then the last time that was really a big topic was 2013. So you're talking about something that is a very much a New Age dogma, the concept of choosing our life coming here. The other thing you said early on, apart from our general life plan, we're supposed to have a certain degree of free will, and that the challenge, or maybe goal, for every soul on earth is to try to channel the light of love, the higher self. Okay. Going back to what you just said there, understand that apart from our general life plan, this is once again the New Age dogma that I just talked about. But the other thing that you say here is the certain degree of free will. See, you believe that you don't have free will completely because of your dogmatic belief in a life plan. Because you have this belief that there's a life plan, that you can have complete free will. But if you were to look at the Bible, whatever you ask in God's name is granted if you have faith. That's complete free will. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can ask a mountain to move, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. That's complete free will. What you think you become, you create your world. That's complete free will. You are the culmination of your thought. That's complete free will. There is nothing good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. Complete free will. I think, therefore I am. Complete free will. The concept of life plans, soul contracts, all that stuff, it's a modern New Age dogma. And those modern New Age dogmas will lead you down a path, and you'll wander in the wilderness looking for answers. Now, let's go back to the next element of this. You actually put the word evil in quotes, because even in your conscious mind, you You're using it as a label for something. But yet, your question itself declares that you believe people are being evil. People are evil. The very first part of your question, so you believe in the idea that you're experiencing that contrast. There are degrees and levels of that contrast. There are degrees and levels of that contrast. So you're here to experience absolute zero love. Okay. You're here to inflict pain and suffering on others so that you can experience not giving love and they can experience not receiving love or being harmed because of the lack of love. So, who's evil? Who's evil? The people who are here to experience love from all angles? Or the person who just does it to a greater degree? Who's evil? None of them are evil. They're here to experience. This whole thing is experience. When they cross back over, near-death experiencers talk about this all the time. They cross back over, they have a life review, right? But the life review, when they start talking about it, tells you that they not only review, but they review it from their side and from the side of the people they affected in life. They're experiencing love being denied from or given from both sides. Because they also experience the people who truly loved them and the people who felt loved by them. They're experiencing all facets of love, all facets of God. So is one of them evil for doing it to a greater degree? No, I would say no. I would say no. In fact, the implication of the question implies a hierarchy as opposed to a oneness. It applies an inequality as opposed to an equality. It implies that some people are worse than others. It implies that. And to imply that alone means that you believe there is a disparagement in equality. Because the idea is that because they did that, they are evil, they are separate, they are different, they are alone. And that is the physical world construct, right? It's a great question. It's a wonderful question. And the reason it's a wonderful question, and one of the things you say here is by their virtue of their very biology and family environment, they become extremely dark people. Well, that virtue of their, what is it, biology is a scientific measurement and empirical evidence. That's what biology is. So what comes first, the empirical evidence or the thing that created the empirical evidence? And the thing that created the empirical evidence is the beliefs, the ideas, right? So I would say I would release the concept of the biology because it literally is just a product of your creation. The other element is the family environment. Well, the family environment was giving or denying love as well. So that experience was part of the process of understanding the facets of God. So were they predisposed to come to that family? They're just experiencing. They're living. They're coming here to experience taking love away from people or giving love to people. They're here to experience the facets of God. Think about God as a jewel. There are many facets to it. There are many angles to it. And you can't experience the full jewel without looking all around and looking at all the facets of it. So that's my thought on this, and I hope that gives you just a perspective. I'm not asking you to change any belief you have, but I just want you to look at this from a perspective of everything is love, including the people who don't seem to be loving, because without those kind of people, we could not experience love at all. And so that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.